All right, so I've converted the flexi spot desk. We put it against the corner here, against the bay door. Right now we're just using this as a photo booth area. So we have my two lights set up here, and this is where we take some photos of some new products. Eventually I'm gonna get a thermal printer, a computer, and I have a monitor arm that I'm gonna basically set this space up as a secondary shipping station just to get ready for Q4. And over here we have all these boxes here ready for UPS to pick up and more. And we launched these Halloween mini packs last week. So this is our table for the Halloween mini packs. We got the pumpkin, and then we have all 5 different animals here. So we got the cat. There's a pumpkin in here. No, this is pumpkin, bat, spider, cat, and skeleton. So this is where that lives. And then we have our regular mini packs on this side over here. We're still pumping these out because they are selling very well on both TikTok, Amazon, and on our Etsy store. In other news, we just got a giant shipment of boxes. So typically once or twice a year, I'll order one giant shipment of boxes from Uline. So not just boxes, but packing tape, packing material, small, big boxes. And I try to minimize the amount of boxes that I buy from Uline because I use the shipping boxes that the plastic comes in. But once or twice a year, I will do one giant order of boxes that I use throughout the year of odd-shaped boxes, things like for the dragon eggs and for my swords and other things. So these are where all the boxes live right now. All right, a couple of new things here. We actually I didn't buy it. I had an AMS hub for the X1 Carbon, which basically allows you to print up to 12 colors on one print, which is pretty cool. So basically the hub, well, I can't get back there, but it's behind. The hub allows you to basically connect 2 other AMS systems to your original AMS system, so you can print up to 12 colors. So this setup right here, one printer is using 8 colors, and then this printer is using these 2 AMSs, so 8 colors here and 8 colors here. And we're printing some 8 color prints for Halloween. And then we moved our other X1 Carbon over here to this desk with this giant fan. And again, this is also doing a 8 color setup. So for those who didn't know, you can print up to 12 colors with the X and P series Bambu Lab printers. You just need to get the AMS hub. So if you're interested in doing a lot of prints with a lot of colors, then you can do those. So this one is a 8 color print. So 4 here, and then we have the 8 colors here. This takes, it's a long print. We still have another day left of this. I think this was like 2.5 day print. Poop back there. On the topic of bags and shipping material, my wife buys a lot of these bubble mailers from Temu. They are much cheaper than Amazon for these bubble mailers on Temu. And what she does is she plays these mini games on the Temu app, and then you get coupons. You get like X amount of dollars when you spend $100. So she constantly buys business material for me here. Typically a lot of these are like free items. On a side note, she gets free items on top of the things that she buys. So check out Temu if you're interested. We get all of our bubble mailers and bubble padding from Temu. All right, so we brought the ladder in and we got that guy fixed. Put him back up there. Hopefully it doesn't fall down again. And so during Q4, I don't really like to experiment with too many new products, right? It's already September, well, it's about to be September, so I already know the type of products that I'm going to be selling for the rest of the year for the most part. You know, for instance, my mini packs, the dragon eggs, the Halloween pack, theme packs. I'll probably come out with a Christmas theme pack. And then I have like 10 or so printers that I experiment with where I do seasonal things or I try to get new products. But typically, I use the first 6 or 7 months of the year to experiment with different products. Testing the products on different markets to see how well they'll sell. And if they do well, typically the first 8 months of the year, I'm fairly confident that it'll do well during Q4, right? Especially if it's something that's giftable, it's like a gift slash toy related item, those things will just sell very well through Q4. So I'll be very happy, and I'm pretty sure that with our mini packs, for instance, I'll probably sell through all these in Q4, right? I think we've already sold about 1,500 individual mini packs, and so I think we'll probably, at the rate that we're selling, we'll probably do like between 5,000 to 6,000 units during Q4. That is my goal. And right now, and for these mini packs, obviously I don't even have my whole farm printing them. It's just these 2 bays of A1 printers printing the mini packs. Because we're doing, and then these are printing the eggs, and then some of these printers are printing the pumpkins for the Halloween theme packs. Obviously, towards the second or third week of Halloween, I'll probably stop printing these and moving those over to other things. We have some printers printing the face shells always for Q4 for Halloween. These 3, and then these are printing up here. These are printing the Halloween themed pumpkins. And again, we also get a lot of like print on demand type of stuff. So these crochet spiders, we just sold one on Etsy. We don't actually stock these up all year round. So this bay over here is, I know it's kind of messy, but this is where we store a lot of the stuff that we sort of sell one-off stuff. So we have obviously these crochet spiders, St. Patrick's Day skeleton here, these hammerhead sharks. So these are just products that are here that we don't really sell a lot of, but when we sell them, so for instance, I just sold one of these guys on Etsy, and so instead of just printing one, I print a batch of 4. I'm actually doing another batch of these so that just in case somebody ordered these again, I have these in stock. We have all our gear, our walls, and just a bunch of random stuff that this guy, we actually just sold one of these on TikTok. I think it was our first sale. And then we also have the octopuses over here that we don't sell a lot of. We're selling these bigger orcas. These are pretty cool. Yeah, this guy's gonna go over here into the entryway. All right, I showed this guy off in my community. This is the mandrill. This is one of the first prints I ever made as a multicolor print. This was from the Prusa, I think it was the Mark III's at the time, and this was from the MMU, the multi-material upgrade system. It was the MMU 2S. So this was a 5-color print. This took like 3 days, but this thing just came out gorgeous. So I always keep this piece around to show people what's possible with multicolor 3D printing. And so this is one of the coolest little things. We're not going to say it's from Lion King because it's definitely not from Lion King. We're just going to put this guy up here and hope to God he doesn't fall and break. The space is quickly getting eaten up. Actually, I'm going to put him down here. And I don't want him down here because then people can't see him. All right, so we found a nice home for it right here on this shelf. These are some other cool things. By the way, if you guys aren't familiar with this was printed through a software called HueForge. So this is a 3D print, if you believe that. If you've never heard of HueForge, check it out. Basically, you put like an image in the software and it kind of gives you like these different hues of colors. And so this was like I think only like a 3 or 4 color print. So you do need a multi-material printer. Well, that's not true. You can actually do this with a printer that only prints one material, and you can just manually add in filament swap layers. So like at a specific layer, the printer will pause and then you put in a new color. So like this, I think you only need like red, black, and white, and it prints those colors at very specific layers to get this crazy color. This is another one. This was a Spider-Man, obviously. So obviously there's a lot of people who obviously want to get into 3D printing, and they see it as a viable way to make either side income or possibly replace their full-time job with 3D printing. And while that's completely possible, right, my suggestion to those people who don't even have a 3D printer yet is to first obviously get a 3D printer and start printing hobby things that you find cool that maybe you need around the house. Napkin holders, Keurig cake cup holders, Nespresso holders, just random knickknacks around the house that you think might be useful. Functional things, right? That's what I would suggest. Get a printer. Or maybe you have kids, you want to print some toys for your kids, some dragons, whatever. But basically the suggestion is to just start 3D printing. Maybe after 2 months of 3D printing, you may realize that 3D printing is not for you. The time it takes for something to finish 3D printing. The biggest hurdle is obviously if you encounter issues with your 3D printer. Unfortunately nowadays with the Bambu lab printers, they rarely break, which is good and bad because I feel like when you have to deal with issues with your printer, where you really learn about your skills and capabilities of maintaining a 3D printer, a lot of people on their first clog, or if the bed doesn't, if your prints don't adhere to the bed properly, they kind of give up at that point. So just get a printer, start 3D printing, and hopefully you get some errors here and there, and that's a good thing. If you actually want to not get a Bambu lab printer, I highly suggest, and you wanna tinker and build your own 3D printer, the Prusa Mark IV kit is probably the best hobbyist 3D printer in terms of building your printer from scratch, right? The kit is literally you build the printer from scratch. So the Mark III, when I first got the Prusa printers, I bought the Mark III kits. And when I first did it, it took me like 3 days to finish one of the printers. You learn so much from building the printer from scratch. Issues that arise after the fact, you can diagnose very quickly because how the pieces, the electrical components, all that stuff kind of ties together. And so I can't suggest the Prusa kits enough to people who are new to 3D printing as well. Just start printing, and like I said, you may not even like it. 3D printing is not for everybody. So. All right, so it is Labor Day, so it's just me here. Evan has the day off today. This is our table for our Halloween mini packs right now, so just nothing too crazy. Pumpkins, all the minis here. Came in today just to pack some orders. These are just half of the orders that we had over the weekend. And that bag is already full there. Unfortunately, there is no USPS pickup today, but yeah, gonna have a lot of fun picking up these orders. All right, so somebody commented on one of my YouTube videos to get the Big Tree Tech cryo dipped build sheets. I believe that's what it's called. So I got a few. Here it is. We're gonna test this out on some of our minis and some of the smaller things that we're printing, and see how the bed adhesion is with these build plates. So far, like just touching like the bottom part here, it's very sticky. Alright, so on the topic of multicolor prints, this was a Luffy statue that I printed last year. This one was a 12 color print. I don't know if you can see all the colors here, but there was some color bleeding onto the white. But this statue took like 3 days, but it's 12 different colors. And so this is some of the cool things you can produce with the AMS hub and printing up to 12 colors. Alright guys, so Halloween's coming up. Let me know what you guys are going to be dressed up for as Halloween. This was an old Spider-Man 2999 mask that I printed last year. One of the lenses didn't print properly and is broken off here, but this was a cool cosplay. It's got magnets attached to the back plate there, and pretty cool. Alright, that's going to do it for today's video. Also, if you guys are interested, we're doing a giveaway of a Bambu Lab A1 mini 3D printer in our community. The link is in the bio, so if you're interested, feel free to check that out. I'll see you guys in the next video. We have a geese problem where I live.